Hey everybody, how's it going? Just want to welcome you to this webinar, and tonight we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Usually we cover all kinds of different marketing training and how to bring people into your business, but tonight we want to switch it up and talk about productivity, because this is something that can really take your business and the amount of things that you get done in every single day to a completely different level. And this is why the top producers get so much done. This is why you see them pumping out new content every single day, new blog posts, new products. They're doing a different launch every other month, and it's because they're super productive and super focused when they're doing their work. So what I'm actually going to teach you is how to focus your mind, master your time, and have more energy to put into your business, your family, and your life. Because that's why you got into this business, so that you could put more energy into your family and your life and just be more present with them. But most of people kind of lose sight of that because they get distracted with, spending tons of hours on their business, and they don't, actually completely plug out and give more energy to their family. So that's what I want you to be able to do, is be super productive during the time that you're working, so that way you can completely plug out and give more time to your family. So number one productivity secret is sleep. And this is so critical, and so many people overlook it. They'll work till all hours of the night, work till 2 a.m. and wake up at 6 and then go to their job. And you cannot do that if you want to be successful in this business and be able to be the most productive that you can be, because if you only get 4 hours of sleep, you're not going to be at your peak potential. You're not going to be operating at a high level and have tons of energy. So the ideal amount is 6 to 10 hours. 10 hours is actually kind of a little bit high, but usually 6 to 8 hours is plenty, and anything less than that is going to lead you to burnout eventually. It might not happen for a week, 2 weeks, but eventually you're going to burn out and you're going to have to sleep for, 12, 14 hours a couple nights just to be able to catch up with that sleep and to get your body to catch up with that cycle. There is a couple people, some people out there that can handle just getting, 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but it is just not ideal for your body. It's scientifically proven that you're supposed to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep to have a regular, body. So you should definitely be getting that sleep so you can wake up more energized. And if you wake up tired, you require more sleep, period. I mean, usually there's like a couple minute period where you're groggy in the morning, but if you wake up and you're tired for an hour or 2 hours, you need to get more sleep during the night. So you need to focus on getting more sleep and getting a better pre-bedtime ritual. And what I mean by that is, you need to actually get into bed and have some kind of ritual that you do. So if you read a book, if you drink some kind of tea, like drinking chamomile tea actually relaxes your body and it'll help you have a deeper and more sound sleep. If you crack the window, what that does is it actually gives your body more oxygen, and it allows your body to actually sleep better and to get into a deeper sleep. So if you're not sleeping that well, you might want to try cracking the window. One thing that I started doing is journaling. Journaling is amazing if your mind is racing when you're about to go to bed. Like when I started this business, my mind used to just race when I was in bed. I would go to bed at midnight and I wouldn't be able to get to sleep until 1 or 2 because my mind would just be racing with ideas and all kinds of things, thinking about my business. And I just never knew how to get all that stuff out of my head. I just couldn't stop it. So I actually started journaling, and what I would do is I would just write down everything, all the ideas that I had, everything that happened to me during the day, and then my mind would just go blank and I'd be able to go right to sleep. And if you're having that problem, which a lot of people do, you definitely need to look into journaling. And the last thing is you can get more oxygen during the day. So if you're having trouble sleeping at night, maybe you should go to the gym, or you should go for a run or a walk during the day, because that's going to get your blood pumping, and that is going to allow you to sleep a lot better during the day or during the night. The second thing is clear your morning anxiety through heavy breathing and exercise. So right when you wake up, if you don't go to the gym, just, think baby steps and start doing little things just to kind of get your blood pumping, to get yourself breathing in the morning. Like do 5 push-ups, or do a walk around the block, or do some stretching or jumping jacks. And most people take this stuff for granted. They think that their mind should just be racing in the morning and they should have that little bit of anxiety. But if you do these little things, like you go to the gym or something, it's just going to make that anxiety melt, and you're going to be able to focus on your business and give it your 100% attention. So this is definitely something, if you have that little bit of anxiety in the morning, you definitely want to, do some heavy breathing in the morning, even if it's just stretching or something. You definitely want to get your mind and your body active right away when you get up. Number three is green tea or yerba mate. This is a huge thing that helped me. Mark Hoverson actually told me this, that he drinks green tea every single day while he's working, and that just kind of makes your mind focus. And it really, really does. It just has that, it has that little bite of caffeine, but there's also other things in green tea and yerba mate that really, really focus your mind and or to make you And another thing that I actually drink in the morning is kind of just like a power shake. I throw all kinds of different things in there. I throw carrots, strawberries, peaches, spinach, blueberries, a cap full of apple cider vinegar, which, I have no idea why it works. I haven't done the research, but somebody told me to put that in there, and I started putting it in there, and it really helps. And just some random superfruit juice, like, I drink palm juice and just some other, goji juices and things like that. I throw in there a little bit of skim milk and some protein powder, and it's just kind of like the perfect wake up for me. It just gives me all kinds of vitamins, all kinds of nutrients get flowing in my body right away in the morning, and it just gives me a huge burst of energy to actually start creating content right away in the morning. And this radically will change the alertness of your mind and make you 10 times more effective in all walks of life. If you start the morning with something great like this, they say the morning is, your best meal, the meal that affects you the most. So if you start off the day with some amazing vitamins and natural nutrients like this, you're going to have an amazing day. I'll just leave it at that. Number four, this is the last health stuff. Okay, I'm just going to go over some things. The first one is drink water. Drink tons of water during the day. You're going to have so much more energy. Your mind's going to be more alert. Your body just needs water, so you need to keep giving it water, and you will be so much happier if you're giving your body water rather than, 4 or 5 cups of coffee during the day. If you give your body water, it has the same effect. It replenishes your body and makes you more alert. So just keep drinking water and your body will completely change. The next thing is chiropractic, and this absolutely changed my life. I didn't know the effects that chiropractic have on your alertness and your body when when your body's actually in alignment and you're just standing up straight. It just changes everything about you. Changing your posture changes everything. Changes the way you walk, the way you talk, just the way that your presence is in general. It changes everything. So you definitely want to get into doing some chiropractic if you aren't doing it already. The next thing is massage therapy. And this is kind of the same thing as chiropractic when you're giving your body kind of what it needs and getting yourself in alignment, because a massage therapist doesn't just rub you. I mean, they rub your body back into the right places if you go to the right person. And doing reflexology is kind of the same thing. If you go out and you actually treat your body to those things, you're going to be able to put so much more energy into your business because you're just going to feel good, and you're going to be able to make videos and you're going to feel good about yourself, and you're just going to be able to be so much more productive if your body feels good. The last thing is mini bursts of oxygen anytime that I'm feeling unproductive. So if I'm creating a piece of content, an article or something, and I'm just not feeling it, I'll just drop down and do 10 push-ups, or I'll go out and I'll take a run around the block just to completely clear my mind, get my mind off of everything, get that burst of oxygen, get kind of my blood pumping, and that just makes me so much more productive. So you definitely want to try that out if you're not already doing it. If you just feel unproductive, just get some kind of burst of oxygen. Even if you just go outside and you take a quick walk, or like what I do at noon, I actually go to yoga, and I go to yoga or Pilates to actually just take my mind completely off work and go get some oxygen in my body, so that way when I come back I can be so much more productive because I can completely focus again on my work. Another thing is weight training. I actually do that in the morning. Some people will break up their day with weight training. They'll do it at noon just to again take your mind completely off the work, get some oxygen into your body, get your blood pumping, so that way your mind can be focused again. Number 5 is the batter's box secret, and this is huge. When you see baseball players, they spend several hours pre-game hitting before practice, before the real game begins. So they're warming up for hours upon hours and weeks upon weeks for different games ahead of time, so that way they're ready when it's the moment, when it's that time, that way they're ready. So how this applies to you is you need to ingest high-level training and reading from the masters before you begin your business during the day. So before you're creating content, you need to take in people like Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Jeffrey Gitomer, Jim Rohn is a huge one. Zig Ziglar, he's another huge one that really, really motivates me. If I go work out in the morning, I'll listen to some Zig Ziglar, and then when I get home, I am just ready to create a video. I'm ready to create content. And that's what you should be doing. Right when you get done listening to those high level people and learning that high level knowledge, you should be creating content right after that, because that's when you're going to be in your best creative flow, when you have those people in your life. So next thing is never ever check email before sowing money seeds. So right away in the morning, what you should be doing is you should get your burst of oxygen. You should go and create a piece of content. You should get your burst of oxygen, then you should go listen to some kind of training if you didn't do that at the same time, and then you should be creating content. So write an easy article, make a video, write a blog post, email your list, just do anything that sows those money seeds, that creates some kind of income for your business. And then after that, you can check your email, you can call some people back, but you never want to check email before you make some piece of content, because it can just distract you. It can suck your energy in a different direction. It can take your mind off of you're creating your content, and you really destroy your whole day. Like, what if you get a bad email from someone before you've created content, and then you don't get any content created? Your whole day's wasted. So it's just, you never ever ever want to let somebody else affect you. Like, let your email affect you creating content. Number 7, and this is, if you don't take anything else from this should this should be it, is do hard stuff every single day. Because that's what's going to take you to the next level. You don't want to be walking on the beach with your toes in the water, doing Facebooking, emailing back and forth, watching trainings, web surfing. Those type of things are not hard. You need to be doing hard things every single day to take yourself to the next level. So you need to dive into the deep waters, and you will feel invigorated and truly satisfied with yourself. Every single day you need to be doing that. So take the next technology leap of understanding. You need to face your incompetencies and look them in the eye and conquer them. So if you're afraid of making videos, you need to start making videos every single day. Even if it's only 30 seconds and you're just getting on video, you just need to start doing those things every single day, because you need to start conquering those, because those are the tasks that you're going to need to do if you want to be successful in this business. So you need to learn how to do paid marketing. You need to start doing new autoresponder things. You need to start sending new messages to your list every single day. If you're not a great writer, you need to get into writing and just start writing. Start learning from some of the masters out there, like Frank Kern, and there's just so many people that are so great at copywriting out there that you can learn from, just by getting on their list. They send you emails all day. You can learn from those emails. You need to start doing webinars. If you haven't done any webinars yet, that is the highest paid skill in our industry. So you need to start holding webinars. If you're not doing it if you're not doing it at all, you need to start doing it, once a week. Just send out a little message to your list. Tell them that you're going to do, either some kind of masterminding webinar or a training webinar. You can do a DMO webinar. Just show them how you do, Facebook chatting or something. Because eventually, once you start doing those webinars, you're going to be able to sell something on those webinars. So you're going to be able to teach someone about something, and then at the end, sell them some kind of product that relates to that. And that's the highest paid skill in this industry. Literally, you're going to be able to do launches eventually. So if you create your own products, that way when you create your own products, you're ready. And you're just like, yeah, I just created my own product. Let's do a webinar. Let's launch this thing. And you can make, $10,000, $20,000 on just one day on one webinar. That's the type of things that people do in this industry all the time, because they've honed that skill. They've learned how to do webinars, so they know at any time they can make as much money as they want. So you want to get doing these hard things every single day. And whatever your next big step is to the big money, which, if it's creating video for you, awesome. Start creating videos every single day. If it's webinars for you, start doing webinars every single day or once a week or something. So that way you can start moving to that next step that is the big money. So whatever your next step is, you need to make it your first priority to take that next step. Number 8 is email autoresponse. This is huge. This is called direct response marketing, and this is how you get away from your email. This is how you can only check your email once a day, is because if you have an email autoresponse, every single time that someone sends you an email, it instantly responds to them and gives them direction. So it either tells them, hey, if you're calling about my business, you need to go here. If you're on my team and you're calling me, you need to go here, or you need to call me. And I'll actually read this for you. This is what a couple of mine actually say. You're important to me and deserve fast service. If you're an existing teammate, you are a top priority. Call me directly at this number. If you have questions about partnering with me, I'm hosting a live meeting tonight at this address, or if you have questions about partnering with me, be sure to fully review this website and then give me a call here. So that way when people actually give you a call, they're already primed and ready to join your business, or they have a couple questions, and that's totally cool if they have questions. But you've actually given them some direction, and they can see that you're a leader that way because you send them to a website, they've seen the videos, and when they call you, they're ready. So that's the best thing you can do if you want to start getting away from the email, which you should definitely start getting away from the email as fast as you can because it's a huge attention killer and it's a huge time waster. So you do not want to, be emailing to and fro all day. Number 9 is video email response. So this is kind of the same thing, but this is something I saw Gary Vaynerchuk do, and it actually is, if you email him, he says something like, yikes, you emailed me, let's take care of you fast. I made you this quick video, and he has a link to a video that's over on his blog. So what the video says is, hey, this is Gary, I want to take care of you 100%. If you're interested in joining this business, which he has a juice business, then you go here. If you're calling me with questions about this, you can call me at this number. So he's just giving people different directions. You could have 5 or 6 different directions for different types of people in there that send them to all different places. And it's just, it's like your own little assistant right there working for you. So that way you don't have to take all those calls, answer all those emails. You can just send people in different directions, and eventually they're going to get to you, and they're already going to have all the information that they need. So it's a great way to start automating your business and doing things the right way. So that way when you grow your business, you aren't bogged down by all these tedious tasks. Number 10, turn off your phone. Okay, this is huge. And this includes turning off your Skype, this includes turning off your email, all of those things. You need to turn them off while you're working. And you need to have gatekeepers. So like I just talked about with the email auto response, that's called your gatekeeper. With the voicemail, you need to have a gatekeeper also. So you just set up a voicemail message that acts as a gatekeeper. And you never want to keep your phone on for an open door interruption. So if you're creating content, you don't want to have your phone next to you. Even if it's on vibrate, it still interrupts your creative flow when you're making content. So you never want to be picking up that phone. And what this does is it actually shows that you're a true professional. If you have the right message on your phone, it shows that you're a professional. So what my message is, hey, this is Adam Whiting, and thanks for calling. You're important to me, and I will return your call before noon Eastern Time, or if you're calling in the afternoon, before 5 p.m. If you're calling about this company, make sure that you watch all the videos on this website, so that way we can have a very fruitful conversation when I call you back. Thank you, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye. So that's like the perfect message. It directs them, it tells them, hey, I'm going to call you back at this certain time. So that makes you look like a leader right there. That makes you look like you call people back every single day. If they have a question about your business, you want to make sure that they know everything about your business before you talk to them, because you don't want to have to sell them on the phone. That's why you're in this business. That's why you're doing it on the internet. So that way the website can take care of presenting it, and they can call you and say, hey, I have these couple questions, or hey, I want to join. And you can just build a relationship with them on the phone, and you don't have to talk about the business, because that's the worst thing that you can do on the phone is try and sell your business. It's ineffective, and you just don't want to be doing it, and that's why you got in this business. So definitely use the tools that you have and use your phone as a gatekeeper instead of being bogged down by your phone and answering every single call that you get. So number 11, quit working. You need to plug in and plug out. So you need to separate your family from your work, from your training. You need to separate all those things out. You need to be working when you're working and with your family when you're with your family. So you need to live in airtight compartments. And what that means is, if you're working, you need to kick the kids out, you need to kick the wife out, whatever. You just need to be in a room by yourself, completely focused on your business, and then when you're done, you need to get out of that room and be completely focused and present with your family. So that way, that's why you got in this business. You didn't get in this business to kind of mash them together. You don't want to some people kind of mesh their business and their family together, and they kind of work and they spend a couple minutes with their family and then they kind of come back and work. You don't want to be that guy. You definitely want to completely separate yourself, have a couple hours where you spend it completely present with your family, so that way you're not neglecting them, because a lot of people do that when they get into this business, is they kind of mesh them together, and that's just not good for you or your family. So The next thing is do not watch TV while you work, okay? Because it just pulls your attention. There's just so many reasons why you shouldn't be watching TV that much in the first place. But if you're watching it while you work, you're not going to get very much work done. The next thing, do not think Facebooking is work. It absolutely is not work unless you're directly bringing people into your business or putting them on a webinar. It is, Facebooking around is a huge time waster for people in this business because it can literally suck hours of your time that you could be putting into creating content and doing productive, income generating type of work. So the last thing, I've already kind of said this, but be productive, then cash out completely psychologically for family time. Just completely forget work, completely forget everything, give everything that you have to your family. You're going to have so much better of a relationship, and they're going to be happy when, they're actually going to let you work. If you actually tell them, hey, I'm going to be working, leave me alone for this set amount of time for 2 hours, and then I'm going to be out here with you guys for a set amount of time. And if you do that, you're going to build such a great relationship, and they're actually going to let you work and let you get things done. So number 12 is deserve the time and friendship of a super achiever. And this is a huge thing that helped me in my business. And I know if you do it, it's going to help you so much. The reason is because their attitude is contagious. If they're a super producer, that means they're super productive and they're getting tons of things done during the day. And if you get around them, you're going to see that and you're going to be like, wow, I don't do anything. I need to, be doing what they do so I can make as much money as them. And to be honest, most people do not attract or they purposely avoid super achievers because they know that they just shirk their work and the super achievers could really never stand their laziness and they would never want to be around them. So what you need to do is seek to impress the closest thing to a guru in your circle, so that way you can start to, they'll start to rub off on you. That go-getter will just start to rub off on you, and this is the fastest way to accelerate your business growth and your networking growth, because you're going to start to network with some of the high achievers, and you're going to, expand your networking circle, and all those people are going to start to rub off on you, and you're just going to see quantum leaps in your business growth because of that. So number 13, ditch virtual assistants and find someone on your list to assist you with all the tedious stuff. So what this means is, instead of hiring a virtual assistant, put yourself out there and say, hey, I need someone to do some of these things for me. Like if you don't like writing blog posts or doing your Facebooking or something like that, start trading that stuff. Maybe you like, writing articles, but you don't like doing Facebook. Like me, I do not like doing Facebook and writing blog posts. So I'll trade design work for people that, want to write a couple blog posts for me or something like that. I do that type of stuff all the time. So if there's certain things that are tedious for you, like checking email, that you just don't want to deal with it and you want someone to sort it for you and just send you the important stuff, then just start a little unpaid apprentice, program and offer some kind of mentoring or design work or whatever you know how to do and that you love to do. Offer that in exchange for the stuff that you don't like to do. So just kind of start small and see where it goes. If you have a relationship with somebody and they like doing stuff, like I like doing design, I like doing mentoring, so I trade those two things for blog posts and social media and articles and all kinds of things like that. So you want to spend your time creating content and doing the things that you're good at. Like if you're good at making videos, you want to spend all your time making videos because that's a huge income generating activity. So you definitely want to spend your time doing the creation work instead of the technical work. So like I said before, trade blogging, articles, stuff like that for different types of technical work, and that will really, really allow you to get so much more done with your time. Number 14 is set goals. And I know everyone says this, set goals, la la la, but it's really true because failing to plan is planning to fail. If you do not have your goals in front of you, you're not going to achieve anything. You're not going to, there's no goals to achieve if you don't have them written down in front of you. You might have them in your mind, but if you don't see them in front of you, you're not going to focus on them all day long, and you're not going to move towards those goals all day long. So you want to focus on the outcomes that you want to achieve. Like here's, just some of my, little outcomes that I was focusing on when I first got started was 100 leads per day. I wanted to make each one of those leads worth $10 per lead consistently, no matter what. They were worth $10. I wanted to consistently make $5,000 per month in my business. And those were my goals, and I had them written down in front of me, and then I had beside me an actual notebook that had everything that I wanted to do, or everything that I needed to do to be able to move towards those goals. So you want to put your long-term goals right on your wall in front of you. So I actually had them on my wall in front of me, and then I put my short-term daily goals in a list in a notebook right next to me, and I just check them off as I go. So I'll just go down the list, boom, 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 boom. I'll get the things done, and that way I'm always know that I'm moving towards those goals. And the last thing that you can do is create a mind map with all the steps that you need to take to reach those goals. So basically what a mind map is just kind of like a little bubble graph that has all the different aspects of your business and everything that you need to do to, complete that part of your business. So whether it be article marketing, PPC, it just has all the things laid out that you need to do in that part of the business every single day so you can see it right in front of you. And the last, no, not the last thing, but number 15 is create routines and a daily method of operation. So those are kind of the same things, but what you want to do is create habits in your life so you don't have to think about doing the things that you do every single day anymore. You just want it to, start to be automatic, that you do those things every single day at a certain time. You want to work in 50-minute increments and completely unplug during your 10-minute breaks. So you want to actually have a timer. So you can go to Walmart, you can buy a countdown timer, set it for 50 minutes. I have one on my phone that I use. So you can actually, set up the one on your phone, have it, count down for 50 minutes. So that way, during that 50-minute increment, you're just working, and you know that it's counting down. And then when you need to take a break in between, you set it for 10 minutes and you actually go drink some water, get some fresh air, do some push-ups, whatever you do to get your mind cleared and get yourself back in the zone. And then you come back and you start working again. And you really should work on something different when you come back. You don't necessarily have to, but I always try and switch it up. So if I was working on an article or a blog post, I'll work on a video when I come back. So that way I kind of get in a different creative flow and I can kind of forget about the article, and then I'll come back to the article and I'll have some more ideas and I'll be able to just keep going. And it really just, it allows you to be able to get a lot more done if you separate those things out. The next thing is every 2 to 3 hours unplug for 30 minutes. So usually it kind of works out. If you're full-time in this industry, usually that half hour or an hour will usually land around lunchtime. So like I'll eat, I'll plug out, I'll So I'll actually unplug, for lunchtime. I'll eat really quick. I'll go to yoga for an hour, then I'll come back, work for 2 or 3 more hours. Then I'll have family time, and until Maddie goes to sleep, and then maybe I'll work again if I feel like it. But if you start to get in those routines, you can really get everything that you need to get done in a day done in 4 to 6 hours. I mean, if you really start applying these things, you can really get stuff done very, very fast, and really just get a lot done. So what you want to do is actually write down your routine, your DML, and have it right in front of you while you're working, so you can just go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and get a lot more done during the day. Number 16 is schedule everything. So you want to use a day planner, schedule out every single hour. You want to be batching your time in hour increments, schedule out everything, whether it be the gym, training, if you're doing, creating a certain piece of content, a video, an article, you want to actually write down what you're doing every single hour and schedule it in 1 hour increments. So you want to separate training and income generating activities. And what I mean by income generating activities is anything that brings in income into your business. So if you were to do it all day long, this is a question you can ask. If you were to do it all day long, would it actually bring in income for you every single day? So things like creating videos, articles, blog posts, anything that links to a capture page or some kind of affiliate offer or something that brings in income for you, that's an income generating activity. So you want to spend 80% of your time doing income generating activities during the day. It doesn't include Facebooking, it doesn't include emailing, it doesn't include training. Those are not income generating activities. So the next thing is schedule your family time and your work time. You actually want to write down when you're going to be working, if you're going to work in a 3-hour block, and then go to the gym, then work in a 3-hour block, and then have family time for 3 hours at night, then you want to write that down. That's pretty much my schedule. I actually plug completely out. I'm completely present with my family at a certain time during the night. So you definitely want to be doing that if you want to be super successful in your business and also have a balanced family life. So the last thing that I have here is actually a master planner that's going to help you schedule everything. And this is actually pretty much exactly what I use. I actually have it written down on a board in front of me, but this is essentially the exact same thing, only in Excel form, so you guys can use it on your computer. So I'll actually take you inside it here really quick right now, so that way you can kind of see what it is and how to use it. So here's the planner, and this is actually a planner I got from Greg Davidson, and it's actually his planner because this is just kind of like I actually just kind of like use it as a model for my own. But you guys can edit any of this stuff in here. I'm actually going to post it right below this video, and you guys can use it yourselves. So what he does here, you see he has everything separated out actually in half-hour increments. So he's up and ready at 6:30, goes to the gym, has the kids ready, and you can see this is when he still had a job. He doesn't have a job now, but this is when he still had a job, so he scheduled work. Then at lunch, he had a different book that he's going to read every single day. So some kind of, and he actually, different days, he separates it. So he did Think and Grow Rich, which is some kind of personal development, and then he did some kind of marketing book the next day. So that way he kind of, gets different types of books every single day. Then when he gets home, he gets the kids ready, does dinner. He actually, he schedules those things so he knows that he has a certain amount of time to do those things. And then at 7 o'clock, he's making a video. He spends an hour making a video. Then he makes an article for a half an hour, does Facebooking, prospecting, some kind of marketing training at 10 when he can't prospect anymore, when he can't put out content anymore. Well, you can still put out content, but you're not in your best creative flow, late at night. You might as well, get your videos done early so that way you still have some energy, and then do training at night when you don't have as much energy. Then you can see the next day he has, completely different setup. He doesn't do a video every single day. He does Google, then he does, articles, just different things every single day, every single hour he's doing something different, so that way he can get a lot of things done and be very, very productive in his business. And there's some other things down here, some other tabs, like for articles, these are different article ideas and places that he posts the articles. So you can see he just has all these things in front of him all the time. This is something you definitely want to do in your business if you want to be super successful and super productive. So you can see here he has all the videos that he wants to watch and create. He actually has a breakdown of how many leads he's bringing in, how much income he's bringing in, how much profit he makes. So if you want to be, if you want to play with the big boys, you need to start breaking this stuff down. See how many leads you bring in every month so it's in front of you. So you can be like, wow, I only brought in 20 leads. That's pathetic. No wonder I'm not making any money. I need to bring in 200 leads if I want to make a lot of money. So then you have that goal. Then you can see, I'm only bringing in this many leads. I need to get to this many if I want to be, if I want to play with the big boys. So you can actually see those things if you put them down on paper. So that's kind of it for this training. I think it was a really, really great training. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it, and I will see you guys on the next training. Bye bye.